All right, so I'm going to say peace, love, light, blessing, shalom to everybody. I actually need to go and get my charger because I have a feeling I might have, we may be all right on the battery life because this is not going to be real long. It's not going to be real long. I was just talking to myself as I tend to do. And for those who are new to me and you're new to the page, you probably don't know that about me, so I'm just going to say it. I'm that girl who will stand in the mirror and have a full-blown conversation. And I feel like it is with my higher self. That's what I've learned. At first, I never knew what to call it because I've been doing this for a really long time. I have been talking to myself for a really long time. And if you don't have to believe me, but my sisters and brothers can attest to me talking to myself. And so what used to happen was I used to try to be quiet, right? And I used to try not to do it when they would come in my room, so I wouldn't look crazy. But I'd be either standing in front of the mirror or, let me see. Thank you, Candace. Girl, it's a wig, child. It is a wig. That's how come I'm going to try to make more of these. I made this one myself. I always have to tell too much because I talk too much. But it's not even finished, girl. First of all, it's got a lot of hair on it. But it's not finished. It's not finished because it got heavy. Girl, I practiced and put this on and it was heavy. So I was like, oops, we can't put no more hair on to this. So that's why every time I rock my wig, I have to have... Shalom to everybody who's coming on. That's the reason why I got to put something on every time. But I kind of like that, though. I like it. Give it a little spunk and spice. But I do need to finish it. I think what I'm going to do next time that I make a wig is I'm just going to have to space everything out more. But anyways, thank you, Candace. Thank you. Okay, so what was I saying, y'all? What was I talking about? I was saying, oh yeah, I like talking to myself. And I've been doing it for a very long time. And it's actually how I learn a lot of stuff. I know it might sound really creepy to some people, but talking to myself is how I get like a whole lot of epiphanies. I get a whole lot of revelations. And I would say that comes from the spirit of the Most High. You know, that's why I say my higher self now. But some people may argue with that and they may be like, whatever, how do you know, what you're learning or what you're saying to yourself is legit? And I guess I just say that, I would say that the way that I've learned that some of the things that my higher self, or that a lot of people often say the spirit, taught them or taught me is true, is because other people outside of me confirm what I was told, right? So that's what makes me sure about that. But anyways, let's see. Me too. I still talk to myself. There's nothing wrong with talking to yourself. Girl, I know that now, but I can't lie. At first, I didn't know that. At first, I used to try to hide when I was having conversations with myself. And yeah, but now I don't hide that much anymore. Now I'm proud. Now I'm proud of it. It's not a problem. Whatever. Talk to myself, everything. I mean, literally, really talk to myself. But that's not what this video is actually about, even though, thankfully, all things are connected. So I could find a way to connect that to what I'm about to say. But this is what I wanted to talk about this rising. I was sitting here talking to myself, and I've done this once before about Black businesses and supporting Black businesses. But this, I'm not saying this will not be about supporting Black businesses. But thank you for the love, Candace. I'm not going to say that this will not be about supporting Black businesses this time, because it is. Like, to me making this video is me trying to also support Black business. But the reason that I'm making this video is because I did have a complaint. I do have a complaint. This is not all Black businesses. This is one particular business. But I do feel like it's happened. So I do feel that it's happened before. And that is this. Like, the customer service. Let me tell you something. For those who have no idea about me and all that, I am a stickler for customer service, probably because I have been in customer service. To me, I've been in customer service all my life, right? And I got to go get my charger, y'all. I can't. I'm scared because, you know, I'm long-winded for those who don't know. So I got to get this charger just in case. But anyways, I'm in the upper room at the house, but I'm about to be in the dark for a minute. Give me a minute. Okay, so I am a customer service representative. Literally, it's something I'm really passionate about, right? So customer service is a big deal to me. When somebody has poor customer service, okay, that is one of the fastest ways for me to like get an attitude. And I don't mean to do it, but I think it's also an empath problem. The fact that I am empathetic and I can pick up on the energies of other people so easily. I tend to be easily moved. Okay. And so, okay, you guys, I apologize. I just got a call. And they ain't have no name, so I don't know who you are. I'm a little... Normally, I don't care about answering numbers that I don't know, but at the same time, because I'm already busy, it's like, nah, player. But anyway, okay, so I'm a customer service person. It's something I'm passionate about. When people's customer service skills are poor, that is the quickest way to, I don't know, like just ruffle my feathers. So here we go. This is about a black nail technician. I was wondering whether or not, give me a minute, I'm chunky, so I gotta breathe. Whew. Okay, so anyway, I was trying to figure out whether or not I should put this young lady, like, if I should say what the name of the company is and what she does. And I was kind of like, I don't want to make her look bad. The thing is, I just want to highlight the problem, and that's it, and kind of offer some solution. I don't want to make her look bad or whatever, even though I may not mess up business for her at all, which is not what I'm really trying to do. Like, the evil side of me probably would have wanted to mess up her business, but the loving side of me was like, girl, don't do that, because she young still. You know what I'm saying? She's still young, and that could have a lot to do as well with why she operated the way that she did. So here we go. Let me tell y'all what happened. So I don't know if you guys noticed, but when I first was on here, on this particular page, because I have another one, it was in the fall time, and I was trying to do something different with my nails. I'm normally a neutral kind of girl, like what I got going on right now. But with me evolving and changing and everything, like, I really want to try something different. I normally don't care about the seasons, none of that. I don't care about that, not in a negative way, but I don't like do my nails according to it. But this time, for whatever reason, this year, I wanted to be in accordance with the season, even by my nails, right? And I wanted to put my money where my mouth is about supporting Black businesses. So I literally took my time to search out a Black nail tech in Cincinnati, Ohio. I found that it's actually a lot of them. Okay, but then I wound up being referred to a young lady. So I was really excited. I was so excited to find a Black nail tech. So I call her up. She gets to me. She is able to see me. Kind of like in a quick amount of time, like it was short notice, but she was able to get me in. So I was really excited. I was real happy. I thought this was going to be great. This is about to be a great experience, right? And ultimately, the original time for me getting my nails done with her, it was great. I was excited. It was great. I was excited. It was great. Well, right after that, I broke one of my nails. Good morning to everybody who might come in, you guys. Hi, Crystal. Anyway, so my nails were beautiful after I got them done. They were gorgeous, okay? I got to slow down so I can think straight. My nails were beautiful. Everything was great. I actually broke a nail, and I showed her immediately. Like, I took a picture. First of all, let me talk about how the reason I was excited to find a Black nail tech. First of all, we share common experiences. I can talk to you more than likely like you're my sister. Okay. And when I got around her, I felt that I really could. We had that you're my sister thing going on, and we could talk to each other. We understood each other and all that kind of stuff, right? So it was great. So mind you, when I broke my nail, I'm thinking I can just screenshot everything. Hey, how you doing, Crystal? So I was like, I was thinking to myself that if I screenshot my nail broke and send it to her and let her know that I would like to get it redone like as soon as possible, everything would be great and it wouldn't be like a problem. Well, initially, that's where I kind of sensed energetically the first issues with customer service. My nail broke the same night, but I wasn't tripping like, oh, this is crappy work. It was more like, okay, that's cool. We could just try to get it fixed. So I was trying to get an appointment reestablished so that I could go get my nail fixed. Still trying to support Black business and still going to even after this. But I gotta say this. So I shared the picture. The young lady didn't really respond, but when she finally did, because I had to ask her, like, when can I come and get it redone? She was like, she didn't answer that night. So I gave her some time because it was late at night anyways. So I waited. The following morning, I hit her up again asking. So first of all, that's poor customer service because I'm having to ask you the same question I already asked you before. Okay, you are your own business. This young lady is an entrepreneur. She was 21 years old. She is 21 years old. And I'm like, that's even the bomb. So I'm really hyped and really excited. But at the same time, this also happens to be maybe part of her downfall. I don't want to say that completely because I know some really bossed up young children. You know what I'm saying? But anyway, long story short, the young lady set up an appointment and I felt like energetically she did not want to. And I'm real big about energies. Like I told you guys before, I am an empath, so I can feel that. Like I knew what was going on before it happened. I didn't want to receive what was happening because I was like, no, a Black nail tech, I want to keep this going, but it wasn't going well because she didn't want to reschedule me. I had to pretty much reschedule myself. And then, you know, she was kind of like, well, okay, that's fine. That's a good time. Long story short, which is probably not about to be short. Why am I kidding like this? The day comes that she said a date and she set a time. I agreed to that. I was happy to finally have a time to be rescheduled. That rising comes, you guys. It's like 11. It was an hour before she said that I was supposed to come in for my appointment just to get my nail refixed. It was it. That's all I wanted. I had to text the young lady a couple times just to ask her what was going on. She didn't respond to my text initially until about 12 o'clock. Once she responded to my text, you guys, this young lady told me that she was at the hair salon and she had actually totally forgotten. She totally forgot about my appointment. Now, this is the thing. I don't really mind if you really forgot. But because I already know what's going on, it's like, dang, you lied to me. It's cool. And I know some people might be like, you tripping, Jude. No, I'm really not tripping. My name is Jude, by the way, to some of those who don't know. Naeem Shakam is also my name. But anyway, the young lady fabricated to me and she was just like, can we reschedule this for later? That wouldn't have been a problem either. Only when I asked her, when does she want to reschedule? First of all, I was a little salty. I asked her, what do you mean that you forgot? Like I literally asked, oh, what do you mean you forgot? She never responded to that. So then I said, okay, well, what time are you trying to have this rescheduled? The young lady never responded to that either. She didn't respond to any of my messages following that. And I was just like, I already knew what it was. I knew you didn't want to do it, but it just sucks at how poorly you handled the situation. That was our first time ever dealing with each other. And now it is unfortunately our last time. I will never go back to her again. Let me rephrase that. I believe I will never go back to her again. But here's my issue with some of us who own Black businesses, and especially maybe some of the youth or those who want to go into business because you want to do whatever it is that you want to. When you are providing a service for somebody, all right? Yes, we have your expertise. And yes, we are being gifted and we are privileged to work with you with what you know how to do. But this is a give and take situation. It should be an even exchange. And customer service can take you a long way. And by customer service, I mean good customer service. Okay. Now you have someone who can speak negative energy, or who can tell, and I'm not saying that I'm trying to do that on purpose, but what I'm saying is you get that back. It comes back. Okay. The young lady dropped the ball totally, to the point to where now it's like I would not encourage anyone to go to her because of the way that she handled the situation. It's like she didn't care. She did not care. She had already gotten my money from our first time dealing with one another, and she was just like, oh, well, whatever. It's my business. I can run it the way that I want to. I'm my own boss, so I can do what I want. That was the energy that I picked up on. So here was what really caused me, y'all, to do this whole live. Here's what caused me to do this live. Because I really did want to talk about that. But then as I was talking to myself, right, the spirit segued me into remembering like how it is when you judge somebody, how you have to be careful of judging people. Not that it's wrong. I think that it is quite natural for us to judge. It is a godlike quality for us to judge people, because you got to figure out if somebody is worth your time or if they're not. You have to figure out if somebody is worth having mercy upon them or if they're not. Whatever the case may be, judgment is always at work as a young god or goddess. So moving forward, here we go. Okay, here we go. Here's my point. The spirit segued my tale and reminded me of how it's important to be mindful of how you judge a person. And here's the reason why. You know, the Bible talks about, it really talks about being careful about judging. The Bible does not tell you not to judge, because the Bible also says judge righteously, right? So here's what I learned. You are to judge people. You're supposed to judge people. Judging people can keep you alive. Okay. Judging people can keep you from unnecessary heartache, unnecessary pain, unnecessary loss of your peace, energy, material things, you know. However, you are to be careful with how you judge people, because you're judging, you are too going to be judged. So you have to be mindful in the way that you judge people, because you're going to be judged in that way. So spirit was still talking. And it was like, be careful of how you judge people, because you are going to be judged in the same manner that you judge. And the beautiful thing about the universe that I've noticed, is the universe has a way, right, of, okay, I just thought about something else that the spirit gave me. Let me go back to that real quick. A lot of times when we're judging, our judging is as simple and as easy as saying, like, let's say it's a sister or it's a guy or a man that we love, right? And maybe we're trying to help them out in a situation, or we're trying to tell them about themselves, right? There's nothing wrong with doing that. But if you're harsh, if you're super critical, if you are a person where you act like you have no understanding, or you can't be empathetic towards someone when you're explaining certain things to them, you have to be careful, because that'll happen to you. Like the situation that you could be trying to express to someone is going to happen to you. And that's the way that the universe tends to humble us and teach us how to be mindful of the way that we judge someone. And so the spirit was like, listen, we have a way of bringing all of that back around. And the way that we do it is normally we get put in the same predicament that we were speaking to someone else about. And it doesn't happen right away. Now, what usually happens is it's years, months that go by, and you don't even remember the conversation. You don't remember what you guys were talking about. And maybe you do. If you're like me and you have a Cancerian memory and your memory is connected to your emotions, you'll probably remember, because you'll have a memory like an elephant. But the point is, you may not remember. It may hit you when you least expect it, that you get put into a circumstance that was exactly like that of the person who you were judging. And the reason that the universe does that is because we have to be able to sincerely feel all the feelings that another person has endured, that another person has gone through, especially because we are gods. Because God doesn't just mean some thing. It's a judge. A god means judge. You are a ruler. You are someone who has authority in the earth. That is what we were created to do here, right? Both male and female. So, as a judge or God, we have to be, the Father wants us to be righteous. The Father wants us to be balanced. He wants us to be fair, and he wants us to be understanding. He wants us to be in that energy where when we're encouraging someone not to do something or to do something, we can speak to them from a place of knowing what we're talking about. Not theoretically, but really knowing it. And then we can really speak to like specific things in their life. And the word that we give, the ruling that we give, or the encouragement that we give is that much more potent and powerful. So the Father uses situations. He puts us in situations, removes us from situations so that we can learn the lessons that we need to as fellow healers, as fellow authoritative people in the world. Christina Ariel says, wow, good stuff. Hey, sis, how you doing, girl? How you doing? But yeah, that's what the Spirit was reminding me of this rising. So it's like, it's not that you're not supposed to judge, but please be careful with how you're doing it. Be careful with your intentions. Be careful with all of that, because what's going to happen is you will find yourself. I know that if it don't resonate with nobody but me, I know that that's true. Like, I have spoken to women because, I talk about self-love all the time. I've spoken to women. I've encouraged women about how they need to step outside of certain situations. And I encourage them. And don't get me wrong, it is from a place of love. But sometimes we tend to feel like we love other people more than maybe they love themselves. Or we sometimes feel like we love people maybe even more than God does. And we're just vessels of the Most High anyway. But sometimes we overstep our bounds when we're encouraging people. And I know when I've overstepped my bounds because I begin to take things personally. Like, I'll be like, you're not listening to me, da 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 da, or like whatever. Like, if this was me, I would just listen. I wouldn't do this or I wouldn't do that. And you start to batter people, even with your words, right? That's where you have to be careful, because the Father will use what you said. This is where law enforcement gets that. It says, what does it say? You have the right to remain silent because anything you say can be used against you in the court of law. Listen, I truly believe they get that from the Most High, because that's exactly what the Most High uses to judge us. Talk spirit of the Most High. It's the things that we say to other people that get us bound and stuff. It's the words that come out of our mouth that cause us to say something, and then the Father got to test you on what you said. The Father is going to try you. And then you either get made to look like a liar or, and it's not, and listen, this is the truth. We technically all be lying because we don't really know what we'll do until we're put into that predicament. Which is why the wisest choice and the wisest way to judge is to put yourself in that place as much as you can. Or if you cannot, whatever you say, however you encourage, however you read the situation, that you do it in love and respect of that person, because you know that if you are not careful, it could be you. So what we need to do from now on is, even if we're offering judgment from a true place or whatever, and from a loving place, make sure that you're taking into account the way that you would want someone to respond to you, the way that you would want somebody to encourage you. Because guess what? If you're harsh, and even if you're loving, all of it's going to come back around again for you, especially if you haven't already endured the circumstance. Okay. But anyway, that's what I wanted to say, you guys. That's what the Spirit had me remember. And I was like, Father, you better speak on today. Because, and the reason why I feel like that came up for me is, me as an aspiring businesswoman, I could be complaining about how I felt like that young lady's customer service sucked and it was off. But, I don't really know all that she was going through. And then with me understanding that she's young, and I had some insight I had some insight into what was going on. The lady didn't want to do it. She was tired. I could feel all of her energy, but it still didn't keep me from being a little salty, but at the end of the day, like, what I did not want to do is bash this young woman. And what I did not want to do is keep business from her. Now, I'm keeping mine personally from her because I feel like that's the right thing to do. Okay. I feel like that's the right thing to do. But here's my encouragement to people who are in business for yourself. You are in business for yourself. But remember that other people support your business by coming to it. Okay? So whenever you start to think like when you don't want to do something, or you don't want to be forthcoming, or you don't want to be understanding of the person you are servicing, whatever you do, try to put yourself instead in your customer's place instead of in the fact that I'm the boss and I can do what I want. All right. Try to be understanding. No matter how rude or inconsiderate your person could be, just try to be understanding. That is something that I feel like is customer service is everything. And if I knew how to set up some courses, like I'm telling you, I would be the one to want to teach customer service. I am passionate about it. Let me tell you what helps in customer service. Aside from empathy, truly loving people, no matter whether you done laid eyes on them, no matter whether you know them personally, just because they are human beings like you, truly loving people in the love of the Most High and in the love of Christ and in the universal frequency of this world, which is love. Loving people will help you to be able to operate in passionate customer service, no matter what type of customer you receive. No matter whether they sitting up here acting like they are God's gift to your business and you need their coin for you to survive, so you better do what they want you to do. Or if it's a person who's just angry and upset because they've gone through so many different things just to get your product, and maybe it's not what they want. Whatever the case may be, being empathetic and operating in love is what will humble you and what will keep you concerned about your customer, to the point that you won't put on the hat of, I can do whatever it is that I want to because it's my business. It'll put you in, you know what? This is what I would want somebody to do to me if this happened. So I'm going to do my best to do that for you. That's the type of businesswoman I plan to be. Okay? And that's the type of inspiration that I hope whoever might come across this video will take. Like, always keep yourself in customer position, even as the CEO. Even as the CEO, remember that you were and are a customer. That's all I got to say, folks. And as far as judgment, judge folks in love, judge people in fairness, and judge people the way that you would want to receive judgment for whatever circumstance you're in. With that, I'm going to say peace, love, light, and blessings to you all. I love y'all. All right. I'm leaving. Oh, wait, let me not leave. Now let me read the comments. Guys, I'm so sorry I'm late, but I had to say what the Spirit had me to say. And then I can come back and talk to y'all. Okay, so here we go. Here we go. All right. Hey to everybody who just came on. Christina Ariel said, wow, good stuff. Christina Ariel said, learning lessons right now. Hey, all praises to the Most High. I love teaching and I love being taught. How about that? I love teaching and I love being taught. To me, teaching is about sharing what we learn. It's not all about like, oh, I got all this knowledge and I know what I'm talking about. It's not like that. It's more so like, oh, this is what I learned. Whether it be the hard way that I learned it or Spirit dropped it in me just to give to me. Shoot, it's for me and for you guys. Right? But I see us as all teachers. Okay? I see us as all teachers. That's why I feel like the Father calls us gods too. It's rulership. It's authority. You are going to teach somebody something. If anybody pays attention, you're going to teach somebody something. Okay? There should be no reason to be puffed up. There should be no reason to be like, whatever, she thinks she all that, or she thinks she know everything, or vice versa, he think he know all that and he think he know everything. All right, people don't be like that. I mean, I ain't gonna lie, sometimes it do come across that way, but okay, don't get mad at those people. Just love them anyway. All right. Candace said, Candace Hook said, I was just having the same conversation the other day and made a statement that we are put in certain situations so that we can relate to the next person. Amen. Lights. It's not that much light in here, but amen. That is the absolute truth. That was another thing, sis, that the Spirit told me yesterday. I was in the mirror again talking like I do. And Spirit had me truly understand why we go through different relationships. You know, I know that there are some of us who are in relationships that seem like they are going through hell right now. It seems like, oh my, or even if it's not always like you're going through hell. And y'all, I'm loud because I'm passionate. I am yelling. If you guys knew that, I just want y'all to know I am yelling, but it's because I'm excited, not upset. Here we go. So Spirit, like there are some people who are in soulmate unions right now, or in relationships that right now you're being taught, you're being trained. And this is how the Father does train us. It may seem like, I remember I was complaining. I was like, I don't like that my feelings have to get involved. I don't like that I have to go through heartaches and pains and stuff like that. But the truth is the Father knows that is truly how us guides are going to get our lessons. We have to be put in the thick of a thing. We have to feel every feeling. We're just like Christ. There's a scripture that I am in love with in the Bible because it talks about the fact that the reason that Christ came in the flesh, because he is a spirit first. Okay, just like you and I, he came in the flesh purposely so that he would be able to understand everything that we feel in this life and be able to speak to that and to encourage us in that and to help us to realize that no, you can endure, you can press forward, you can go on, because I did it. So likewise, a lot of us who are still here in this generation are also supposed to be Christ's, because Christ is an anointed one. There is something that you are anointed to do, sisters and brothers. If you come across this, there's something that you're anointed to do. So you have to go through certain things that are going to build and bring out certain characteristics in you, that are going to bring about certain spiritual gifts in you, so that those who are connected to what you are anointed and appointed to do will be able to receive everything from you that they need, so that they can then go on and do the same thing that you did for the people who are then connected to them. It's bigger than me and you. It's bigger than me and you. It reaches for eons. I'm getting excited. So let me continue to read the comments. All right. So Christina Ariel said, and when it happens, you know it. And then Christina also says, choose to be silent. I wonder what that was in regards to, Christina. Oh, okay. That was probably when, as far as maybe with judging people, just being careful and stuff of what we say. That's also in the word where it says, like, be careful. Just, it would be better that you not say anything at all. Like, you know how the scriptures also teach you that if you have aught with somebody, if you have aught with a brother or with a sister, that you go to that person and tell them. Well, later on in the scriptures, there is something that would seem to contradict it, but it doesn't. You got to have a spirit of love and you got to have discernment to read it right. It's not a contradiction. It's more so, it's an in-depth and more detailed and to the point situation. If you're going to forgive somebody, which can come through love. Like, honestly, only love and understanding would cause you to forgive somebody who maybe really hurt you in a way that is probably unfathomable. And even if you can fathom it, just because we can understand and be understanding doesn't all the time mean that we want to forgive people. And so forgiveness to me is a great act of love. All right. So that scripture talks about, if you're going to forgive your brother, then don't even bring up the offense. Don't even bring it up. What's the point? If you're going to love them and cover their sin, or you're going to cover the way that they hurt you, and you're going to cover the way that they bothered you, then don't even acknowledge it. So that's what that kind of makes me think about, sis. All right. Christina Ariel says, judge as if, yes. So simple and to the point. Judge as if it is you every time. Judge people like you're talking to yourself. That's right. Okay, Crystal Gray said exactly. I'm not sure what that was in regards to, but okay, girl, we must have been feeling each other on that. Christina Ariel said, I'm good on the customer service, but the technical, sheesh. Ami African Goddess, how you doing? I don't know if you're still here, but hi, how are you? Christina said, I got my crystals yesterday. Yay! Oh, girl, I have become such a, girl, me and crystals, we got a love thing going on. I'm really a fan of crystals now. I started with, but see, I be going to the extreme half the time. I think that's that Leo part of my planetary influences. When I be going big. So I got me I think I had started with maybe 5 crystals, and then I just kept adding off of that. I was for the crystal life. Okay. Oh yeah. All right, let's see. Christina said, ooh, I am always saying I don't want to get emotional and I hate emotions. Boy, gotta stop putting my mouth on myself. You better. You best be careful. You better be careful with that. See, I feel like emotions are necessary. I don't know why people be trying to talk about get out your feelings and throw them away and stuff. I be like, oh no, you better not throw them away. Them can help save you. Now you gotta learn how to balance those things, and you gotta learn how to put them in their proper context and place. But don't throw away your emotions, honey. The Lord gave them to you for a reason. That's just anybody out there. Okay, Christina said judgment. But yeah, so that was all, guys. That was all that the Most High gave me. I hope and pray that it was encouraging. I hope and pray that it was encouraging, and I hope I got everybody's comment. Let me see. Hush your mouth, Christina. That's probably the reason why every time I be saying, well, not every time, but a lot of times that I say things, me and you be already right here, because hello, we're ruled by the same planet. Well, we're ruled by the same light source. That's what I'll say. But anyways, shalom to you guys. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Make sure you share this video to encourage somebody else. I love y'all with the love of the Most High. I gotta go.